Hey guys, so today you're gonna get ready with me, and as you see I have my weave pulled back, slicked down my edges, a little bit of the black Pro Style Gel so that they turn a little bit darker so that if my edges are showing underneath the weave it's not as blonde. But yeah, I just wanted to talk because I had some things on my mind today and just wanted to talk to you guys about them while I got ready. So, I've been watching a lot of videos about the whole Sanders Kelly, Channon Rose, exposure thing, and I admit, I love, good little bit of YouTube drama. I totally watched for the whole Channon Rose, Amber Walter thing, totally subscribed for that drama, totally unsubscribed once they stopped talking about the drama, because it just got really boring before then. But I did watch a lot of Channon Rose's videos before I unsubscribed. And so don't take this the wrong way, at all. This is just coming from my points of view, from a higher perspective, from a higher consciousness. I just feel there is a lot of judgment going on about the videos that she made. Is she racist because she said these words, she did these things? And, I can't personally, I don't know her personally. I can't say that she is racist or she's not. I've seen the Jada Pinkett Smith video in response. And I don't want to sit there and say that Shannon's response is outwardly just blatantly racist per se. I just think that she is coming from a point of white privilege, and she just doesn't know, from the way and the environment that she was exposed to growing up and where she is now, I don't really see that many, people of color on her channel. So I think she's just surrounded by people who think a certain way, and have formed opinions based on their own personal experiences, which aren't necessarily to say are a well-rounded point of view of what people are like, or people's struggles, and, it is what it is. But coming from a higher perspective, I wanted to talk about, her porn video and about her, using the N-word and everything. And, here's the thing. I really try to just not judge anyone. That's where my point of view is I don't know what her mindset was at when she made that video. It's obviously a few years old. She's not the same person now that she was when she made that video. And I know people will say the same thing, because I feel like Donald Trump. Well, okay, first of all, I think the election's rigged. I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories. I don't think there is a legitimate election. And as a political scientist, I can tell you that from my research, your vote really doesn't matter unless you're part of the Electoral College, which the odds are you're not. So at the end of the day, if the entire U.S. decided not to vote, it still wouldn't matter. They would still have an election process that would give them a winner. And I think it's already been pre-done. I think Hillary's going to win. But looking on the bright side of that whole politics thing is I feel like people's mindsets are being exposed. And I think it's great because once it's exposed and it's come out from the dark, it can be fixed. So I think right now, from a conscious level, from a universal level, what's going on is the universe is just exposing, because I do believe that, this is the age of Aquarius, things are changing, but it's going to get darker before it turns to light. So right now they're just showing where people's minds really are at, and the true inability of older generations to really see that they are dividing everyone. At the end of the day, what you guys don't realize is the demographics that buy the most in the U.S. And at the end of the day, the U.S. is all about consumerism. It's all about who buys what, how much you buy, how much you can make. The people that buy the most are women and minorities. White men do not spend their money because that's what they have women to go and do for them. That's what they have nannies and personal assistants, like they're not the ones who actually go out and spend like the day-to-day stuff for these big companies. So like your Clorox, your Tide, your paper towels, your toilet paper, the stuff that we all use every day, they are rarely in comparison the ones who actually go out and buy these things. It's your minorities, it's your women. And the US needs to keep that consumerism going, because they won't do anything to actually like hurt their money at the end of the day, because that's what it's really all about. They use money to keep people like in a slavery mindset. And when I say slavery mindset, I'm not talking about like whips and buying people per se. They keep us in consumer debt so that people feel like they have to work a job that they may not necessarily like because they have to pay the bills. And people are afraid of taking the risk of going out and starting their own company, or doing what they really want to do, because they feel afraid of, what if I can't provide? That's why they encourage people to marry young, to have children young, because once you have those responsibilities at a younger age, you feel more obligated from a younger age, and it's kind of then taught to you that you have to do these things to survive because you have a family to take care of. When it's just you by yourself, you don't feel, you're more likely to take more risks. That's not good for the US economy, because for these major companies to work, they need people to buy. And they need people to work in these companies so that they can continue producing in the amounts that they want people to buy in those amounts. So at the end of the day, like, Hillary's going to get elected, but it's showing other people's bias. I know you're going to sit there and say, oh, there's women out there that support Trump, there's minorities. Like, you guys do realize that, crisis actors are real. And if they can get people to be a crisis actor, they can definitely find people that are willing to act on camera, like, for money and be like, I support Trump, like, yada, 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 yada. Because they want you to think that his following is much bigger than it really is. Like, you got to realize the average person, I'm not saying they all are pro-Hillary, because a lot of people really aren't, but they sit there and find these people, make a point to find them, use Facebook and algorithms to find the real people that are like that, and the ones that they can't find to meet their needs for that particular show, they just buy. And this world isn't as scary of a place as people would like you to think, but they want you to think that, because then you stay afraid, and they feed off of fear, not love. So they don't want you feeling love. They don't want you to feel like unity is a possibility. They, especially during election years, they want you to fight back and forth. So that's what they're doing. And that's okay, like, because people are waking up. They're seeing it for what it really is today. And once you see it, that's the first step. From there on, you can take actions. So me, as a political scientist, I'm not actually voting. And I know everyone says, oh, you have to vote. Like, no, I really don't. Like, I can definitely voice my opinions and be like, there was not someone that I could support, so I chose not to support the current system. Like, my decision to not vote is not about me not supporting one candidate or another, or the American political system the way it is. Like, no, it would work if we actually had real processes to get what would be better for the government across. That's not what's happening. I know I'm like all over the place with this talk. I'm like doing my makeup and just talking the thoughts in my head while I do it. So pardon me if you're not following. Ask questions. I'll try to explain anything that I say in this video later on. So, what was I saying? So yeah, back to Shannon Rose. Here's the thing, you guys. Like, what I believe is that when we come into this dimension, into this world, we have made certain pre-life choices or pre-birth choices, like on a soul level, on what things you want to experience. And some people, go into it wanting to experience like all the fun, all the pleasures of life. And sometimes their souls don't allow to have some kind of conflict. That's the only way that our souls grow, is that if they experience conflict, if they have to persevere through something to get to where they really want to go to. Otherwise, there'd be no point in having consciousness. So I believe her particular consciousness chose to come in and want this particular kind of lifestyle, be open to pleasure, be open to alternative ways of getting money, and probably set her up in a well, obviously, not obviously, I don't want to sit there and prejudge anything because I don't know her life like that. But set her up with a upbringing and lifestyle that created that desire in her, that obsession for money. Part of that upbringing and lifestyle probably had to do with her not feeling like there wasn't enough, probably feeling like she struggled enough as a white woman, minorities and other women should be able to do what she did to get her money or something like it to make it easy. And that's just her experience. Like, that's just what she chose to come into, and that's the experience that her soul chose to have right now. Doesn't mean that it can't change, doesn't mean that she can't become more enlightened in this particular lifetime. It just means that's where she's currently at, that's where she was before, and as much growth as she may be at now, which again, I cannot attest to because I do not know her personally. She may be a very different person now. She may have come to some realizations, had some new experiences that may have changed her mind, that have brought her more into alignment. I can't say for certain about anything. But at the end of the day, you guys, we can't judge. Like, I, for one, cannot judge. I know I may not have done what she's done for money, but I've done things that I didn't necessarily want to do, or, been one of the biggest things of subtle support is remaining silent. So I've been silent when people were not treated fairly at a job, things happen. And, she did what she did for the money. That's the route that I'm choosing to believe that she did it. Because if I can put myself into her shoes, and I believe everyone believes that they are a good person, that they do things for good, that they're coming from the right point of mind and from mindset. So I don't believe that she believes she's racist. I believe that she was doing something for money at a time when she was young, and not saying it's right, but saying we have to be understanding, we have to be forgiving, because we've all been there, we've all done something, that we, or made poor decisions when we were younger that we, wouldn't have chosen as we got older. Me personally, would I be in a porn where I'm a black slave and some white person is like beating me or raping me or something for some kind of fetish? Personally, no. But the lifestyle or the upbringing and life experiences that my soul chose definitely exposed me at a young age to see the hurt behind that, the pain, and to not see it as no big deal, that it's something of the past, and to see that it's something that is very active in today's world still, and it's not something to be, turned into a fetish. It's something that's like actively affecting people. And I will go into more about how it's affecting people, the effects of slavery are affecting people on the day-to-day in a little bit. But those are pretty much my main thoughts about it is, you guys, you really can't judge her. I'm not saying what she did was right. That's not what I'm saying, at all. I'm just saying she was young. She's not the same person now. I know I am not the same person that I was, years ago. And I embrace an open dialogue about it now. Because, that's the only way for real growth and changes to happen is, she needs to forgive herself for making that decision. And as open of a book as she is, be able to talk to others and help them learn that those things are harmful to people, even if it's just for a fetish video. But, it's not like she's running for president or anything. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts while I got ready today. I'm about to just put on my mascara, or my eyeshadow, my mascara in the car, because I'm already running late to class. But thanks for watching and listening to my random thoughts and my randomness. If you have any questions about the things I said, I can absolutely go into depth and detail. Just comment below. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my randomness, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.